And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Okay, tomorrow or Thursday, tomorrow, June 20th at 12:50 p.m. marks the start of summer. That's when the summer solstice occurs, again at 12:50 tomorrow afternoon. And that marks the first day of summer and the end of spring, or the beginning of summer. Actually, Friday will be the first full day of summer, and spring will be over. So moving on from there, looking at Thursday's thunderstorm outlook for tomorrow. Isolated thunderstorms here from roughly the Alaska Range, northern Kuskokwim Valley, all the way out here to just about the coast of the eastern Norton Sound area, probably the Nulato Hills there, and up in toward Selawik and all along the Brooks Range there, especially on the southern slopes. Fairly good chance of some isolated thunderstorm activity. That reduces back a little bit here, especially up over the northeast on Friday. Still pretty good thunderstorm chances here over the Tanana Valley, Alaska Range into the northern Kuskokwim Valley, and still out west there to the lower Yukon River area, on up now in toward Selawik, Kobuk Valley area, eastward across the Koyukuk Valley there along the southern slopes, or northward to the southern slopes of the Brooks Range. And for fire danger for tomorrow, forecast here showing extreme fire danger over the Yukon Flats, continued dry conditions there. Thunderstorms really not laying down much precipitation in this area here for the ones that have been moving northward there, kind of more out to the west here, and some high to very high fire danger along and north and west of the Alaska Range on out to the west there. And high to very high, mostly just high in the Copper River Basin and some areas of the western Susitna Valley down into the western Kenai Peninsula. And from there, looking at satellite imagery, again, showers and thunderstorms, isolated thunderstorms developing, or scattered thunderstorms actually developing here, with one band north of Fairbanks but south of the upper Yukon Valley area, and another band across the Koyukuk Valley there to the eastern Brooks Range area toward Arctic Village. And thunderstorms reported this afternoon at Indian Mountain, or mid-afternoon at Indian Mountain and at Bettles today. Bettles picking about a third of an inch of precipitation with that thunderstorm. Also had some hail mixed in with that as well. Head to the north, clear skies to the north slope all the way out to the Arctic coast there. And a weak front here in the Gulf, keeping it kind of cloudy and unsettled over Kodiak Island with areas of showers and rain across the southwest interior, Bristol Bay, scattering out over the Alaska Peninsula. This swirl up in here, putting this into motion again, as you can see, really not moving much, actually pulling back to the west slowly, and it'll be mostly affecting Russia. And this band here, maybe a few showers there, St. Lawrence Island, but not much associated with it. And no big storms on the horizon here, or on the imagery at all. And looking at the surface analysis, pretty flat. Well, out here over the Bering Sea, 1, 2 lines, that's about it. So light winds here from the Aleutians northward into the Chukchi Sea, and even the Arctic coast. Light winds everywhere around the state here, Gulf of Alaska into the Panhandle. Weak area high pressure here, producing a widespread area, low clouds and fog over the ocean. And that coming up into Cook Inlet again, especially in the nighttime hours, Prince William Sound, and in the Panhandle early on, but that burned off. Mostly sunny skies across the southeast coast today, and scattered isolated thunderstorms here up over the central eastern interior, and another band there right along the southern slopes of the Brooks Range. Forecast for tonight, this front kind of edges eastward there and really begins to weaken. Still not quite an area of light rain with it, but well off the coast. And a lingering trough will produce some lingering showers for Kodiak Island, just isolated shower activity with mostly cloudy skies over the Bristol Bay area. And showers or scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms slowly diminish here over the eastern interior. It stays dry with light winds over the southeast coast. And this moisture area with that weak low there stays to the west, really doesn't amount to too much. High pressure over the western Aleutians. Light winds continue over the Bering Sea with a lot of low clouds and fog and not much in the way of any clearing. And forecast for Thursday, really no change out here in the west and not much change here in the inland areas as well. This moisture area pushing northward will begin to bring a chance of rain to the southern Kenai Peninsula. Seldovia, possibly Homer there in toward Iliamna as things begin to dry out for Kodiak Island. Morning low clouds giving way to partly sunny skies for much of south central Alaska into Prince William Sound, the Copper River Basin. Showers, thunderstorms again developing along the eastern Alaska range, especially along this trough axis here into the northern Kuskokwim Valley. And another mostly sunny day for the Arctic coast and North Slope. Could be some low clouds and fog at times anywhere along the Arctic coast tomorrow, especially the central and eastern areas. And morning clouds, afternoon sunshine there for the Panhandle. Then this system here that's coming onto the map pushes off to the northeast and, like yesterday, brings rain, as we thought, into the Panhandle on Friday from the Queen Charlotte Islands all the way up to the north, maybe to Yakutat. Partly sunny across Cook Inlet and the North Gulf Coast, Prince William Sound, including the Kenai Peninsula, even the Susitna-Manuska Valley, Copper River Basin, and thunderstorms developing along this trough here over the Alaska Range in the northern Kuskokwim Valley, and isolated areas of possible thunderstorm activity into the Kuskokwim Delta area. Most of that will be from the Kuskokwim Mountains eastward, and also up there along the southern slopes of the Brooks Range. And for Friday, no change out here over the Bering Sea. Starting to see a system here pull up to the north a little bit, and that'll probably kick the winds up somewhat from the light variable winds you'll see tomorrow to more easterly and maybe 20, 25 knots at the most there. Otherwise light and variable here for the eastern Aleutians under high pressure. And that pattern extends all the way northward through the Bering Strait into the Chukchi Sea. Lows for tonight, upper 20s to lower 30s, north slope in the Arctic coast. Otherwise 40s and 50s everywhere else around the state. Mid to upper 40s to lower 50s for the Panhandle. Highs tomorrow, 70s central interior, 60s for the Brooks Range, cooling into the 30s to mid 40s for the Arctic coast. And 60s and 70s, lower 70s here for south central Alaska into the Copper River Basin, and in 50s for Homer down to Kodiak, and 40s and 50s for the Aleutians, Bering Sea, in the 60s for the southeast coast. Lows the following morning, upper 40s and lower 50s for the Panhandle there, mid 50s in the central interior, upper 40s to lower 50s south central Alaska, definitely in the 40s as you head west here, and that continued cool area there, upper 30s, mid to upper 30s, not too bad actually for the St. Lawrence Island area in toward the Seward Peninsula, but Shishmaref forecast low of 30, upper 20s to near 30 for the Arctic coast North Slope. Highs on Friday, not much different from tomorrow here, mid to upper 70s in the interior, and lower 70s for the Susitna Valley, Copper River Basin area, 65 to 72 for the Kenai Peninsula, and 60s to lower 70s for the southeast coast.